Yesterday, we were watching all over the internet this video, the video of the suspect of murdering Charlie Kirk. This video of him running around and escaping on the roof as well, and how he probably actually must have hurt himself. I think it was probably the adrenaline of the moment whilst he was escaping down the roof, because that made him walk normal, because you see him afterwards. He first starts, when he lands on the floor, he starts running. But then, as he starts seeing people and he's a bit far ahead, he starts walking very normal. Very normal. And I think this is because he obviously wanted to blend in. He didn't want to call the attention once he felt safe. Or blending in with college students. Alright, that's the video we saw yesterday, and earlier this afternoon we saw this other video.
We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI.
We got him. And they said the name as well, Tyler Robinson. At first, they thought he was about 27, 28 years old, 26. He ended up being 22 years old. He actually looks much older, in my opinion, from my point of view. He doesn't look that young, but he's 22 years old. And plot twist, I thought that someone would turn him in, but not someone this close, not his own father. I thought it would be a friend. You know, because these people tend to text friends and be like, oh, I did this thing, or there's always some sort of proof. So I thought he would have texted a friend, which he did. However, I didn't expect that his own father would turn him in. I must imagine how hard it is for a father to do this, but I don't think I need to say that his father did the right thing. I think sooner or later Tyler Robinson was going to be caught, and I think police will have caught him, but I think it would have taken so much longer if his father hadn't turned him in. Apparently Tyler confessed doing this to his own father, and he tried to convince Tyler into telling apparently the pastor. So I'm guessing Tyler's family is very religious. I'm not sure if he actually confessed to the pastor, but I know that his dad was able to restrain him home. Also spoke to a friend of Tyler's family, a friend of the family, basically, and he was able to call the police. Also, we know that Tyler said that he preferred suicide over turning himself into the police, but somehow his dad convinced him to just, I guess, wait to be detained. His dad, which is insane, was a police officer, and they were Republicans. Apparently Tyler's family was entirely Republican except for himself. He supported the left, he was a leftist, and as far as we know, he had always been very quiet, a very quiet person, as everyone says. But recently he'd been really criticizing certain people, such as Charlie Kirk. He'd been criticizing him in family dinners, saying that he spread hate, that all he did was spread hate. And he had also claimed disliking Charlie and hating him. But obviously you never really think someone is going to do something this crazy. Tyler is 22 years old. He has no criminal records. As I'm telling you, he comes from a really, really, really good family, respectable family. I also want to say that his family is not only a normal family, but they are doing quite well financially. His family, they actually live in Washington, Utah, in a 6-bedroom house, which is worth, hold on because this is insane, is worth $634,000. So I think this is upper class, obviously. And as I said, he started expressing anger towards Kirk, accusing him of spreading hate. And investigators also uncovered and found messages on Discord, the app Discord, where he spoke about getting a rifle, planning a drop point. He wasn't that intelligent. So you are literally talking with someone about your plan and how you're going to order it and pick it up in this place. And I'm not quite sure if his father recognized him in the pictures. As far as I'm concerned, Tyler confessed to his dad having committed this crime. And now we're going to be reacting to a video in which police says, and literally word by word, the messages found on the bullets. Okay, those messages that we're guessing Tyler wrote.
Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this?" ? Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" ! Catch! ! Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao Ciao," and a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
So the first message that the police mentions is something I didn't understand. Notices bulges. I mean, what's this? But apparently this belongs to the furry community, which is some sick leftist idea. Have you ever seen on the street people dressed up as animals? Like they actually identify as animals? Well, this is the furry community. It's basically people that have lost their minds. That's just a simple, because you could be doing some sort of cosplay, but they actually believe they are that. I mean, so basically, there's a community, and I'm just going to sum it up as I've just done. Animal with human traits, all right? And this like weird leftists, they love this weird idea, and like some people actually believe they're cats and dogs or whatever, and they actually live their daily lives wearing cat ears that they probably bought online or on a tiny shop around the corner, because obviously they're not a cat. So yeah, very worrying. Also, "Oh Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao," well, which is basically a song, anti-fascist song. "Hey Fascist Catch," which I believe it refers to a video game, but I'm not quite sure. Let me know if you actually know. And also, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." Wow, you're so mature. I mean, I cannot believe how mature you are. I don't know. I just think that these leftists have this idea of being saviors. They believe that they're saving the world with their ideas, which actually have no base. When you ask people from the left in general terms, why do you think that? As Charlie did. Why are you saying I'm racist? Why do you say I'm racist? They can't ever come up with a logical point. They will always just get frustrated, like, I hate you, you're the worst thing in the world, you should not be here, you are a monster. They all just shout because they have nothing to say, because they do not even know what they believe in, because they're made believe that they are saviors, that they actually are fighting for what's right, such as immigrants. It doesn't matter if you're illegal. You're illegal and you're going to kill people here. Welcome, come here. I am the savior. I love everyone. You're not a savior. If you believe in something first, you should know what you're defending. And not only you should know what you're defending, but you should be able to debate wisely. You should be able to make your points very clear when they ask you a simple question. Why are you saying that I'm racist? And you cannot even come up with one thing Charlie may have said. Oh, you don't like immigrants? No, I love immigrants. I just don't like the ones that are illegal and come to this country to do harm. Most of the people, such as President Trump, it's only when you hear them yourself as an individual human being who thinks for herself or himself, it's only when you listen to them that you realize that you are being brainwashed by TV, by the news, into believing that these are the bad people. But when you actually just take your time to actually be like, all right, I know they're racist, I know they're horrible, but I want to be able to defend my points. Only when you do such thing and you listen to them for 5 minutes, you're like, hold on, they are right. They make sense. Every word they are saying makes sense, and they are not misogynist and they are not racist. What? And that happened to me as well. In Spain, we have Vox, Santiago Abascal, and everyone in the news talks horribly about him. And I am someone that likes to question things. I am someone that likes to understand. And if I'm going to dislike someone, politically or in any manner, I want to know why. I want to listen to this person, hear him say whatever and be like, oh yeah, he's a twat. I don't like what he says. But I want to do it firsthand, and not because I'm hearing someone to be saying something. And that's how I started realizing years ago. I like what he's saying. In fact, not only I like what he's saying, I resonate with every word that he's saying. He's not misogynist. He's not racist. He defends women more than the left. And it's only when you listen to him that you realize he's not the bad guy. They want to make him look like the bad guy, but he's not. And bear in mind, I've been very disappointed with how Spanish news have portrayed Charlie. Even after he's been assassinated for just having different beliefs, for just having his own beliefs, which are the right ones anyway. It's hurt me to watch on the news how he was portrayed, how to announce that he had been murdered. They didn't say Charlie Kirk, someone, Trump's friend, or Charlie Kirk, someone who was a conservative, has been murdered. No, they would define him as if he was the bad guy. And that made me furious. It really did. Because I think all of us that have actually taken the time to listen to his words know that he's not the bad guy. He may be very direct when he spoke about certain things, that he would be defined as the bad guy, as an ultra, whatever. It's just so far from the truth. But I also realized that only people who choose taking the time to listen to him deserve to know who he was, who he will always be, who he is. Because if you do not have enough brain capacity to realize that you have to think for yourself and listen to what someone is saying before you deeply hate them, then you're not worth it. Then you don't deserve knowing who he was. You don't deserve to know anything, because you're incapable of being like, I'm going to actually listen to myself, to this person that I feel like I hate because everyone says how horrible he is. If you don't take the time to listen to him, you don't deserve to know that he's amazing anyway. You're just really silly. You're stupid. In fact, I'm sorry, but you are. It really makes you think how someone, because this was planned, Tyler planned it, It wasn't just a one thing off. No, he planned it, and it just makes you think, how sick is he on the head to do such a thing? Like, he knows his life is going to be over after this. There are just so many things that I wonder. I also know that he probably has mental issues. He feels probably quite empty about his life, that his life has no purpose, and that's why he decided murdering someone. Do I feel sad for Tyler? I am so empathic. I'm too empathic. I'm a very empathic person, but I don't feel sorry for him. I just feel sorry for the fact that he chose to throw his life away. But I cannot feel sorry for someone who took someone's life away, who murdered someone, and who planned it, and who knew what he was doing. People say, oh, he was so young, he deserves a chance or whatever. Well, he should know that actions have consequences. So many people celebrated Charlie's death because of the things he said, for having beliefs. I guess according to you guys, psychopaths, weirdos, actions have consequences, right? Those who think he deserved it. Well, just using that point, Tyler knows, even if he's really young, that actions have consequences. And his action was murdering someone. It wasn't stealing a sweet in a shop, right? It wasn't insulting Charlie. It was taking his life away. Taking his life away just for speaking peacefully. It was stealing his family from him. It was destroying his family's lives. It was erasing all the moments he will have lived as a father and as a husband and as a human being and as a friend. It was erasing him. It was erasing all those birthdays of his children that he will never be able to attend physically. It was those children probably not having clear memories of his father unless they watch a video. And it is Erica having to go home just to not find him there. Is Erica going to the bedroom and seeing all of his clothes? I think that's something that I cannot unplay from my head, because I question everything. And I realized this woman, this lovely woman, is going to go back home. She should have been going back home with him. They probably had plans. And she's gone home with him in a wooden box. And then she's going to be at the house and she's going to go to the bedroom and she's going to see the wardrobe full of his clothes. And I don't really know why. That really, really hits something within myself. It really makes me sad. Like, I'm already really sad, but it really gets me. Because it's like, gosh. The clothes part and all of his things, as if maybe his favourite mug, his favourite cup was still on the sink from the coffee he had that morning. From the coffee he had that morning. Maybe it's still there with some coffee stains. Or maybe the coffee he made is still there in the coffee machine. I believe Tyler is going to be given death penalty. And I personally think that no one wants to die. So I think that's what he deserves. Life in prison is also a nightmare, but death is worse. At least that's what I believe. But justice will be served, I hope, and I still think justice will never be served enough because he's not here anymore and he's not going to be here. Talking about the weapon as well, Tyler used a bolt-action massive rifle, which I researched on the internet and is apparently worth I believe it was used, so it was secondhand. You can get them for $300 to $500. So he probably, that's around estimated that Tyler spent. It only had one shot. I think he was probably trying to go for the head, but I think that he actually missed and it went on the neck. Being so unlucky that it got him. And I just really hope justice is served.
And the American way of life is very simple. I want to be able to get married, buy a home, have kids, allow them to ride their bike till the sun goes down, send them to a good school, have a low-crime neighborhood.
We have to have respect for each other and love. When people stop talking, really bad stuff starts. When marriages stop talking, divorce happens. When civilizations stop talking, civil war ensues. When you stop having a human connection with someone you disagree with, it becomes a lot easier to want to commit violence against that group. People stop talking with each other because they lose their humanity. What we as a culture have to get back to is being able to have reasonable disagreement where violence is not an option.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith.
A continuación vamos a despedir a Charlie Kirk como los españoles despedimos a nuestros caídos. Nos mantenemos todos en pie, por favor.
Yeah.